national referee candidate. And now the starters. First for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 7, interim team captain, Michelle Gumabao. Center from the Far Eastern University, number 1, Kyle Negrito. Middle blocker from the National University, number 5, Risa Sato. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 14, Bea De Leon. Outside spiker from FEU, number 19, Bernadette Pons. Outside spiker from the USA, number 22, Erica Staunton. Starting libero from FEU is number 11, Kyla Atienza. Head coach for Creamline is Sherwin Meneses. And now the starters for the Petro Gazz Angels. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 9, team captain Ren Palma. Middle blocker from the University of the Philippines, number 6, Ethan Arce. Outside spiker from the University of Hawaii, number 10, Brooke Van Sickle. Outside spiker from Cuba, number 11, Wilma Salas. Opposite hitter from the National University, number 15, Noila Pablo. Center from De La Salle University, number 17, G. Science. Starting libero from the Anderson University is number 7, Shelly Temperatura. And coach for Petro Gazz is Koji Suzuki. This game is held in supervision and regulation of the Game 74. It is live for Petro Gazz. This is the PVL.
Sherwin Meneses starting the same 6 that won him a 3-setter against the Chameleons. A couple of players in double digits, actually 3 players in double digits in that game. Mabao, Pons, and Staunton. In the meantime, Koji Tsurabara also the same starting 6 that got them a 3-set win against the Flying Titans. Van Sickle 17, Salas 18, Pablo with 11. So 3 players as well in that game in double digits. So both teams raring and ready to go here in the opening set of what is considered one of the biggest rivalries already in the PVL.
And it's interesting, especially for Petro Gazz, because Coach Koji have really mixed up the starters in round 1, and finally he has found this first 6 for him. So let's see how they will play against a dominant Creamline Cool Smashers.
That could have been outside. That was picked up by Kyla Atienza. She regrets it. That is an easy point to kick things off for the Angels.
I mean, both teams coming from a win, but this is crucial for the Petro Gazz Angels, as they are in the bottom of the top 8. Again, the top 8 is important because only 8 teams will move forward to the quarterfinals.
Bernadette Pons, good up. Coming from Salas and Arce. Temperatura sends it over. Pons tries again, looking for the line, misses.
And this is what Pons definitely can offer for the Creamline Cool Smashers now that she's playing as a starter. Her versatility, her ability to change angles a lot of times during the game.
A lot of fans are wondering, obviously, Ayel, after a terrific, 4th place finish in the All-Filipino Conference, the Angels find themselves, like what you mentioned, unfamiliar territory at 7th. What has gone wrong, as you see Sato put that in? Before I get to you and that question, let's send it over courtside to Kyla Kingsu.
Like you said, Eric and Ayel, one of the fiercest rivalries in PVL history ignites once again as we kick off this highly anticipated matchup, and all eyes are on the Cool Smashers as they come in hot with a strong 4-game winning streak. Coming off that momentum, Kyle Negrito shared with me that their preparation for this new round included not only maintaining the rhythm and refining their strategies, but also really internalizing the fact that all teams bring out their A game when going up against them, and so that means there are no days off, most especially today as they face very familiar faces. On this matchup, Kyle told me that Creamline has been very excited to see how their dynamics have changed with their revamped lineup. But in terms of expectations, she emphasized how they need to stay locked in because this is a game that will display nothing short of the heart of volleyball, which our PVL fans can experience better on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos a month as we head back into this game. Eric and Nael.
All right, thank you, Kyla. Exciting set of points after a 2-0 start by the Angels. Cool Smashers answer back. But going back to the question, what went wrong in the first round for the Angels?
Well, for the Petro Gazz Angels, I mean, I mentioned earlier that Coach Koji trying to find that six that can give the Petro Gazz Angels more wins. But Remy Palma on top of the coverage earlier also in one of the interviews. But before that, the spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan. Going back to my thoughts earlier, this is the reinforced confidence. So there is that one player that changes the system that also forces most of these teams to adjust, and it's just unfortunate that the Petro Gazz Angels has been having a difficult time adjusting to their opponents.
Well, right now they're having a difficult time adjusting to the intensity by the Cool Smashers. It's a 4-1 run by Creamline. And Cool Smashers are up by 1. Pablo Salas knocks it in.
So far, Wilma Salas starting on the right note, very explosive in her approach, in her attacks. It's going to be very crucial here for the Petro Gazz Angels.
It's going to be fun to see this veteran reinforcement versus a rookie reinforcement. This is the first time Staunton is playing as a pro in another country. Yes, right on cue. Erica Staunton knocks in her second point of the game.
And so far, it's the same for Wilma Salas and Erica Staunton in the start of this set. Going for the high hands, going for long balls. And you know, with the height, with their length, it's really difficult to read them, especially in that floor defense.
Meantime, the veteran Michelle Gumabao, interim team captain, Salas attacking again. Dig too strong. Another shot for Salas. Off the block, kept alive by Creamline. Staunton attacks. Picked up by Van Sickle. Salas winding up and scoring again.
Side making sure that she activates Salas early on in this set, giving her the confidence.
Salas, 33 years old. Meanwhile, her counterpart is just 23. So a 10-year difference between Salas and Staunton. Overpass there coming from Atienza. Kept alive by Pons. Staunton blocked, but it goes outside.
A good blocking formation there for the Petro Gazz Angels, but Staunton taking advantage of their hands not being pressed in.
Lovely to see both reinforcements very active in the offense.
Both setters also recognizing that they have those reinforced players to rely on, especially in long rallies.
That serve into the net for Staunton. Staunton coming off a 13-point performance. That's her lowest output so far in the reinforced conference, but they still got the win in 3 sets against the Chameleons. But Palma returns the favor.
Both teams trying to serve strong here.
Coach Koji Zurabara, there is Chisaet. Right now, the Angels are very thin in the setter position because Janelle Chang unavailable. Saet sets it up. There's a block against Van Sickle. It trickles across the net. Staunton, easy over. Free ball here for the Angels. Brooke got it.
I mean, it's always hard to give away a chance ball, especially when you have Brooke Van Sickle in the front row for the Petro Gazz Angels. Take a look at this replay, going cross court, going long, easy outing for Brooke Van Sickle.
This will be our 6th deadlock. And that finds a hole in the defense of the Angels. Negrito with her second point of the game. here at the Phil Sports Arena. Tots Carlos unable to play so far in every game of the Reinforced Conference, suffering a knee injury. Game 2 of the All-Filipino Conference, and according to Coach Meneses, they're not rushing her to get back into the game. MJ Phillips as well has not seen action so far for the Angels, so a lot of unavailable stars yet for both teams, Ayel.
Earlier, we also saw Gemma Galanza. You have to congratulate Las Filipinas for winning back-to-back bronze in the CV League.
And speaking of the CV League, this Friday we kick off the men's division, and it starts right here in our own backyard as Staunton serves it outside Ninoy Aquino Stadium on Friday. It starts at 3 p.m. Don't miss it. Coach Meneses on your screens. 7th deadlock at 8-all. Short serve for Van Sickle. Negrito to Gumabao. Pass too strong, and that's put away by Sato.
Van Sickle was on the right spot going for that defense against that Shell Gumabao hit, but unfortunately went straight to Sato.
That's why reception, we focused on that right before we started the game and how important it is to really control the reception and the digs. Salas, and there's another dig gone across the net. Staunton. Saet goes to Salas. Down the line, yes.
So far, it's showing that this certain rotation for the Angels has been strong. Van Sickle manning the defense, and Salas in the front row doing her job in terms of offense.
Out of Bawan, Batangas, it is Ethan Arce serving. Had 5 points against the Flying Titans in the 3-set win. Another terrific play. Sato with the last 2 points of the Cool Smashers.
And a lot of good exchanges here in the start of this set. Finally, Negrito getting to activate Sato in that A-quick attack.
Sato and Staunton with 3 points each. Palma with a tip. Staunton got it.
Clean hit for Erica Staunton. Avoiding the blockers, a wide space in the cross-court attack. No floor defense found there for the Petro Gazz Angels.
A 2-point run for the Cool Smashers, forcing Coach Koji Tuzorabara to call a timeout.
Move up. Hitting. It's okay. One more. Good work. Hit it. More, number 22. More, slowly. Okay?
Let's go! Sasarado namin line. Sa'yo yung front. Petro Gazz!
This marks the biggest deficit against the Angels. They're down by 2.
Defense definitely is going to be crucial here for the Petro Gazz Angels. They're playing against the #1 spiking team so far in the league. So they really have to be locked in on that net defense.
Good pass coming from Brooke Van Sickle. Palma knocks it in.
Application from the middle side going to Palma there. Great angle for her, avoiding the caller Bea De Leon in front of her. Talking about Palma.
First point for Palma. Pablo coming off an 11-point performance, including 1 block. Here's a nice block. Speaking of, Salas turns that hit away.
Solid one there from Salas.
So a 2-point answer after the timeout for the Angels to tie the game once again. Great pass coming from Pons. They go to De Leon. She's turned away. Staunton will try. Pablo keeps it alive. Back row, Brooke. Great defense coming from Pons. Staunton, cross court. Tempiatura with a one-handed dig. Now Brooke sends it over underhand. Chance ball for the Cool Smashers. There's Gumabaw scoring against Tempiatura.
And a good set there coming from Negrito. She was feeding Staunton a lot, but this time recognizing that Gumabaw had a smaller blocker in Chisaet.
That's the first point for Michelle Gumabaw, who just recently, by the way, got engaged, in case you guys don't follow her. Congratulations, Michelle. Salas gets a taste of her own medicine. That's a block for Bea De Leon, it seems.
Salas apologizing right away because that wasn't really the best decision. Bea De Leon was closing that cross-court angle. No coverage there from the Petro Gazz Angels.
So a 2-point answer this time by the Cool Smashers. Nice play by Chisaet.
No, quick thinking as well. I mean, it was clear that it was an overpass, but that angle of 1-2 play was very strategic for her as Erica Staunton was in front of her.
Both teams doing a good job keeping their runs of the opponent low. Each team only with a 2-point run so far. Great serve, but a great pass coming from Ons Pablo. Easy pickup. That's too close to the net. Staunton, but a great job by Saet. In coverage, Bea De Leon catches the line.
So far, the Petro Gazz Angels sacrificing their offense for defense because it's Chisaet, the blocking of the left pin. So Creamline Cool Smashers recognizing that and attacking more from the right pin.
And the passing right now, the Angels, a little suspect. Staunton serving at 14-12. Saet to Van Sickle, got it. What a missile from Brooke Van Sickle, her second point of the game.
No team giving up right now. Showing some good fight here, great quality of volleyball. The long hits, the long shots of Brooke Van Sickle has been working well with the Petro Gazz Angels so far.
Rampalma. Atienza with the pass. There's a nice block by Arce. Great anticipation at the net.
Great read as well for Arce, as you mentioned. Kyle Negrito already extended her left arm there early, going for that 1-2 play. Arce jumping with her just right on time to get the kill block.
2-point run for the Angels to tie the game at 14. Serve is just right at the corner, so Pons had to pick it up. Bernadette Pons rising. Pablo trying to keep it alive. Successful in an easy over coming from Saet. De Leon gets it through the block.
Again, Kyle Negrito having the right thing in mind, choosing a Bea De Leon, having only Chisaet there in front of her. De Leon definitely had the advantage on that.
De Leon so aggressive here in the opening set, already with 3 points. Van Sickle with a short pass, gets it back. Off the block, Brooke Van Sickle picks up point number 3.
So far, Petro Gazz Angels has been successful going for quick side outs from the serve of the Creamline Cool Smashers.
It is one big hit after another for these heavyweights in the reinforced conference. 11th deadlock. That set away from Pons. What happened there?
Definitely a miscue there.
And that gives the Angels an easy point to take us to our second technical timeout. 16-15 opening set. Watch and support the Alas Pilipinas men's national team as they fight for volleyball pride on home soil August 16 to 18. Get your tickets via ticketmax.ph. Mr. Jonathan Nang of Creamline watching the proceedings, and Sir Dave DeChupa of Petro Gazz. So executives keen on finding out what will be the result of this heavyweight matchup. Right now, errors, a few, plaguing the Cool Smashers, which is why they are down by 1. Pons block kept alive by Staunton, but a little collision there between Staunton and Gumabaw. Saet to Van Sickle, knocks it in. Brooke Van Sickle is starting to wax hot. She has 4 points.
A double block in front of Brooke Van Sickle is not a guarantee of slowing her down. She has been doing well in terms of avoiding the blockers.
4 for Van Sickle, 4 for Salas. Those are the key players right now for the Angels. The serve by Chi Saet, who has been the starting setter for most of the matches in the reinforced conference. Nice point there from Pons. Believe it or not, just her first.
Well, the Petro Gazz Angels, they know who they will look after, especially in defense. But Bernadette Pons is starting to deliver the points.
Served by Negrito. She has really improved her serve each and every conference. Van Sickle once again.
Again, for the Petro Gazz Angels, one issue they had in the round 1 of the preliminaries was their consistency. But right now, so far, they have been playing clean. Everyone contributing in terms of offense and defense.
2-point lead. Matches the biggest cushion for the Angels here in the opening set. Brooke Van Sickle with 5 already. Pons from the middle, blocked. Staunton, great coverage in the defensive zone. Pons, easy over. Van Sickle with a pass. Saet goes to Pablo. Staunton again with a good play in the back. Cross court, Tempiatura, that's out of control. Point for the Cool Smashers.
Finally, a side out there for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Negrito, good balance and control there. Giving Bernadette Pons a comfortable set to get that point.
That's the second point for Bernadette Pons. A 27-year-old out of FEU. Pass too strong. And an easy put away for Sato. Again, reception issues plaguing the Angels. We talked about this in the open.
And you know, both teams will really try to put each other in out of system because these are teams with a lot of weapons offensively.
Deadlock number 12 at 18 all. Much better pass. Salas unable to put it away. Tempiatura saving it. Salas tries again. Finds an opening in that cross court. Salas with 5.
Oh, Salas has been highly efficient to the Petro Gazz Angels. Again, she has the height advantage. She has the advantage in terms of experience as well. So we're not really surprised with how she's playing right now.
1-point lead for Arce and the Angels. Negrito goes all the way out to Gumabaw. Good effort, trying to keep it alive, but the pass on the second touch, just a little too strong for Van Sickle.
And Myla Pablo had a good sight of that ball, just couldn't control it enough.
So deadlock number 13. As Sato will sit down. And Ella De Jesus, who has been relieved of her libero duties because of the arrival of Revilla. And now a service specialist, 19 all. Saet goes to Pablo again. Pons is right there. Negrito to Gumabaw. That pass kept alive. Here's Staunton. Off the block, Saet picks it up. Tempiatura will set it to Salas, no surprise. Salas finds the corner on the down the line.
Oh, Salas has been unstoppable. Scoring from all sides of the court, finding the holes in the floor defense of the Creamline Cool Smashers. look at the hit. Very intentional, really knowing where to go.
At 6'2" frame, allowing her to hit above the block. Janelle Chang, her first appearance. She has not been in the lineup the last 2 games. And she came off the bench in the last game against the Flying Titans. Umabaw will score.
Much needed point there for the Cool Smashers. And Petro Gazz Angels starting to gain good momentum.
So we're tied again, 20 all. Race to 5 as Rose Vargas checks in, along with Mape Galanza. Both teams in their first game of the second round of preliminaries. They'll play 3 games each before the quarterfinals. Salas with the tip, and nobody close for the dig.
The variety of the attacks of Salas really has been a big problem in the floor defense of the Creamline Cool Smashers. They were waiting for a strong hit, but Salas just recognizing that and going for the tip. Easy outing for her.
Salas with 7, and a slim 1-point lead for the Angels. Vargas with a good pass. Staunton blocked. Coverage by Pon. Staunton again. This one too close to the net. Tipped by Van Sickle, and it's a 2-point lead for the Angels.
So Staunton has been that consistent scorer, big scorer for the Creamline Cool Smashers. So her getting slowed down by the Petro Gazz Angels is a bit of a problem here for the Cool Smashers.
By the way, Jonas Abete is in the lineup for the Angels as Coach Meneses calls a timeout.
Minimitan muna natin si Bansito. Ha? Bounce back row, ha?
Yes, coach.
Pag wala tayong first ball, reaction lang naman yan. Ha? Dalawa lang yan. First attack lang isipin. Ha? Energy, girls!
Let's go,
Energy!
let's go!
Energy! Hey, all in! Creamline!
Well, not much to tweak if you're Coach Meneses. I mean, they're within striking distance, only down by 2 points.
And right now they have an opportunity. They're going to be the first one to receive. They have an opportunity to attack first. So a quick side out is what they need, talking about the Cool Smashers.
Wilma Salas out of Cuba was the best reinforcement or best foreign player when she played in the Philippines, the 2019 Reinforced Conference. Staunton got it. Check ball.
Good hit there coming from Staunton. She had a smaller blocker in Sabete as well.
That was the side out they needed. Staunton with 5 points, all coming from attacks. Chance to tie on the Staunton serve. It's going to be the second service fault for Erica Staunton.
A crucial error as well, giving Petro Gazz more advantage here the end stretch of the set.
Brooke Van Sickle with 5, make that 6 points. 29-year-old team captain, Rem Palma. Nice pass by her former teammate. Once. Arce keeping it alive. Sabete with her first touch. Now there's a block, but Van Sickle keeping it alive. Brooke with a tip. Staunton pops it up. Pons going cross court. The block saved by De Grito. Pons tries again. Cheng pops it up. Sabete with another try. This one way outside.
Defense has been key to the Petro Gazz Angels, but it was called out, but they want to challenge that one.
They might as well. They have not used any challenge, both teams. This is the first one. And it's going to be a big point if it is indeed a check ball. Sabete, so far this conference, has scored only 10 points. 3 in their first game, 7 in their second game. And that will be an unsuccessful challenge.
Very clear there, no block touch.
So De Leon will serve to tie the game at 23. They're only down by 1.
This is on. Block cover. Next year go to block. Block cover.
Okay,
Block your mark.
Okay.
1 point. Simple, simple.
Let's go one pass.
I go, 1 pass, 1 pass. I go.
Hey, Petro Gazz Angels!
Well, Coach Koji Tsuramara brings 37 years worth of coaching experience to the team. And they need every minute of those 37 years. They only have a 1-point lead. They got to get a good pass. And 1 point can get them in a very good position here, Ayel.
Exactly, and they need it right now. Creamline, they have been good in the end game. They have a lot of clutch players, but Petro Gazz also with the advantage. Brooke Van Sickle in the front row right now.
There she is, right on cue. And that dig going outside. It is going to be set point for the Angels.
Brooke Van Sickle again. Very athletic, very smart player.
Van Sickle and Salas with 7 each. They have carried the load of the offense for the Angels. Timeout here for the Cool Smashers.
Mag-press ka lang. Katabi quick ha. Ha? Dito na si Erika muna dito.
Okay, coach.
Isang patay lang yan. Get 1 point lang.
One good, then don't stop.
Pagka una magre-react si Pons ako tuloy ha. Okay?
Yes.
Usap po.
Usap tayo kung tuloy ah.
Salamat.
Let's go!
All in, Creamline.
Well, no more timeouts for the Cool Smashers. What have they drawn up during the huddle, Ayel?
Right now it seems like Coach Sherwin wants a combination play. I mean, Bernadette Pons has been struggling, scoring some points on the left pin. So going for the combination play can add something different here for the Cool Smashers and deceive the net defense of the Petro Gazz Angels. But let's see if they will be able to execute that.
Pons only with a couple of points. Their top scorer is Taunton, no surprise, with 5. And then De Leon with 4. Good serve from Jonah. Pons on a combination play. Tempiatura pops it up. Salas back row. Pons, good defense. Pons gets it back. Pons working overtime for that side out.
Doing everything in that sequence, going for that dig and transitioning that offense. 2 blockers with her. She knew her best option was to go for the hands of Brooke Van Sickle, putting a lot of power in that attack to get that point.
No problem for Bernadette Pons to save a set point, but the Angels still have 1 more, and they don't even have to use it. Negrito will serve it outside for an easy win in the final point for the Angels. But we're not there yet. Here's a ball-in, ball-out challenge by the Cool Smashers.
Well, that was a risk for Negrito. We know her to be a really good server.
And the last game, she had 2 aces.
Actually, the leading server for the Creamline Cool Smashers, 3rd overall. But let's see if it hit the line. Oh,
That's not even close. That's probably 5 inches from the line. So that'll do it. Unsuccessful challenge beads. Cool Smashers will cough up set number 1 by a couple of points. Angels will secure the opening set 25-23 against the Cool Smashers. (25-23), Angels winning by 2 against the Cool Smashers after the opening set. Second round of the preliminaries and the second game of our triple header as we check highlights from the Phil Sports Arena.
A good start there for both teams. A lot of good exchanges, a lot of clean attacks, especially from Salas and Staunton. But at some point, the Petro Gazz Angels, they gained momentum. It was really their good defense from the net, from the floor defense, because they were able to slow down one of the leading scorers of the Creamline Cool Smashers in Bernadette Pons, limiting her to only 3 points in that set. And we know how important the contributions are of Bernadette Pons. But for the Petro Gazz Angels, it wasn't just all defense rather, because offensively they were also on point. But we take a look at the stats. Creamline still better in terms of attack points. They have 18 against the 16 of the Petro Gazz Angels. But Creamline also committing more errors, and those errors coming in the most crucial parts of the set. 7 errors for the Cool Smashers. Meanwhile, Petro Gazz Angels playing clean in that first set with only 4 errors.
So far, a thrilling matchup for the fans, most especially. Action will be keeping you on the edge of your seats. Erica Staunton, 5 points, coming off a 13-point performance. And meanwhile, Brooke Mansickle with 7, tying the output of their reinforcement, Wilma Salas. So the key players are really locked in. Pons started to get hot late in set number 1. Arce, she will get the first point of set number 2. Ethan Arce with point number 2.
We've talked about the offense of the Petro Gazz Angels, how successful they were in the first set, but we haven't mentioned how Chisat has been orchestrating the offense so well, delivering those good sets to her attackers.
Chisat, 38-year-old setter. Staunton, that's off the block. Salas, easy pass. Here comes Brooke Mansickle. Great dig. coming from Negrito. Staunton tries again. Cross court. Tempiatura was right there for the dig. Pablo. And Atienza pops it up. Staunton tries again. Off the block. Negrito with the first touch. So Pons will set it. They go to Michelle Gumabao. Hits the antenna for point number 2 of the Angels.
You know how good Petro Gazz has been on that net defense because they really have slowed down the good attackers such as Staunton and Michelle Gumabao.
Chisait, a 3-time UAAP champion. That was from season 66 to 68. That was a 3-year run. Pablo, former Lady Bulldog, sends it wide on the cross-court hit as we check in with Kyla Kingsu.
Erica Nayel, after a hard-fought first-set victory, the Petro Gazz Angels now face a crucial challenge of remaining consistent, even with Creamline's adjustments here in set number 2. From the court side, it is evident that our Angels are feeling the pressure, but their resolve remains strong. And prior to this matchup, their previous POG side emphasized the need for the team to channel the same grit that led them to their success in the last reinforced conference. She said, and I quote, "The fight lives on. I told them we need to carry our championship mentality into every game. Kailangan ibalik ang confidence and experience of a veteran-led team like ours." And with how they're playing so far, you can see our Angels recognize the significance of this match and solidifying their position. And our PVL fans can stay tuned to the unfolding volleyball action over on the Pilipinas Live app for only 149 pesos a month as we head back into this game. Erica Nayel.
All right, thank you, Kyla. 2 serving 3. Beautiful serve coming from Gumabao. Salas. Yes, Wilma Salas now with 8.
Petro Gazz Angels looking very confident in this match. Wilma Salas again going for the high hands, attacking on top of the blockers. I mean, for the Petro Gazz Angels, this win won't only mean an added, score for them or record for them. It also means more confidence for them going into their next games as they are facing again the top 3 teams of Pool A.
Coach Koji Zorabara and the Angels, they only won 2 games in the first round. Meanwhile, Erica Staunton and the Cool Smashers won 4 out of 5 games. Great serve from Staunton. Pablo, that shot was behind her. Pons, that is outside. Good job by Van Sickle. Very quick reflexes to let it go.
And now that they have slowed down the strong attacks of Bernadette Pons, she's trying to find other ways to score, forcing her to commit some of these errors. So Petro Gazz Angels really on the roll here, offensively and defensively.
Although they have not been able to really pull away, this is just a 2-point lead. Matches the biggest lead in the opening set as well. Chance ball for the Cool Smashers. They go to the middle. Bea De Leon, that's picked up. Saet goes to Salas. Why not? Pons with the dig. Pons gets it back and sends it out again. So back-to-back attack faults for Bernadette Pons. And this is the biggest lead for the Angels in the match at 3 points.
And anything Creamline is trying to hit, Petro Gazz is actually defending. So Creamline really needs to be more creative here in terms of offense.
De Leon with a hit. Tempiatura all over the floor. Great coverage down the line, and that's going to be a point for Rem Palma. The lead is now 4 for the Angels.
Petro Gazz Angels making it look so easy to get a side out here. Really everyone contributing. Team effort so far for them.
Timeout, Cool Smashers.
Palmata kasi kailangan lang natin execute yung maganda yung natin. Simulan na lang to. Okay mo lang. Ha? Get 1 point lang muna tayo, yun lang.
Yes. Ako.
Huwag manggigil. Pasa muna ulit tayo, ha? Ayun, back row. Nawalan tayo ng back row, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, ulit! Creamline!
Well, I'm guessing the wag manggigil is for Bernadette Pons, who has 3 points but 3 unforced errors as well.
Because you know when you're a player, whenever you commit those errors, mas nanggigigil ka bumawi. But you know, right now she needs to compose herself because she's very crucial here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Talking about Bernadette Pons.
All right, so Pons with a receive. 1-2 play, nice dig coming from Pablo. Salas attacks against the single blocker. And it almost bounced off the face of Kyla Atienza. 9 points now for Wilma Salas.
Oh, this is probably the best game so far of Salas. Really a lot of clean attacks.
8-3, 5-point lead for the Angels against the Cool Smashers. Set number 2. The Angels with their biggest lead in the match at 5 points. 8-3 against the Cool Smashers. Wilma Salas now with 9. She is backstopped by Van Sickle with 8 points. But no other Angels with more than 2 points after the big 2. And that serve is short for Pablo coming off the technical timeout.
A chance here for the Cool Smashers to gain some momentum because Petro Gazz Angels looking to control this set.
Bea de Leon, after a good start with 4 points in the opening set, has not scored yet here in the second. Not a good pass coming from Van Sickle. Salas will adjust on an off-system play. Staunton keeping it alive. Pons gets it over. Chance ball for the red shirts. Salas again. And this one is not coming back.
Well, the Petro Gazz Angels just playing cohesively as a unit. Temperatura manning the defense perfectly, but Salas, 10th point of the match. This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan.
Lead is back to 5 for the Angels. Good looking serve. Off-system play, that's outside again. Bernadette Pons is on a downward spiral here in set number 2.
And she has been trying to do the same thing, but she hasn't been successful yet.
Right now, Pons has more errors than she has points. And this is the biggest lead now for the Angels at 6. That serve is going to be long for Salas.
In the error so far, the Petro Gazz Angels giving Creamline some light here in the start of this set.
But you're wondering, can they consolidate this point with a break as Pangs Panaga is in for the first time, replacing Risa Sato. Panaga only 2 points off the bench in that win against the Chameleons. Van Sickle with a good pass. Off the block, Pons picks it up. Back row Staunton. Salas, that is out of reach. So 2 straight points for the Cool Smashers.
Staunton getting a point there. Salas also hesitating on that one. Not sure if it was going to go in or out. But last second decided to move for the defense.
Staunton with 2 points. She has the only 2 attack points of the Cool Smashers. Here in set number 2. Van Sickle with a push. Blocked by Gumabaw. Salas back row. Oh, and then dig across the net for a chance ball. Van Sickle again. Staunton working double time in the back row defensively. Palma on a running attack. Got it.
And the Petro Gazz Angels has been winning the rally so far, the long rallies, the reason why they have this comfortable lead. Finding the holes again in the floor defense of the Creamline Cool Smashers.
And the terrific playmaking of Chi Saet has been key for the Angels early in set number 2. Free point for the Cool Smashers.
A lot of service errors here from the Petro Gazz Angels.
That is going to be service fault number 4. So 4 of the 7 points of the Cool Smashers here in set number 2 have come from freebies. Nothing free about that coming from Brooke Van Sickle.
I mean, right now, you just know Brooke Van Sickle will go for it, will go for those power hits. Take a look at this replay. Bernadette Pons right on that spot to go for the defense, just cannot contain the power in that attack.
Van Sickle now with 9. Service ace for Chi Saet. That's point number 2 for Saet, who had 2 aces as well against the Flying Titans. And lead is back to 6 for the Angels. Gumabaw cross court, and it's good.
They have been targeting Bernadette Pons and from the service line, but finally a better pass, and Michelle Gumabaw, much needed point there to the Creamline Cool Smashers.
But out of the 21 points of the second set, there are only 3 attack points from the Cool Smashers, AL. I mean, their offense has really slowed down, and that's not going to help. Service fault coming from Panaga.
And for the Creamline Cool Smashers to slow down offensively, that's very uncharacteristic. Again, they're #1 in spiking overall in the league so far. That just means that the Petro Gazz Angels has been doing a good job in terms of defense.
Well, that stat is going to take a hit, a big hit, if the Cool Smashers are unable to turn it around here today. Pablo got it again. This is now the biggest lead of the Angels. They are up by 7.
And the setting distribution really of Chi Saet has been, as you mentioned earlier, key in the offense of Petro Gazz Angels, making sure that they are unpredictable for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Service going to be outside for Brooke Van Sickle, but they can trade service faults, no problem, with such a comfortable margin.
But they have to be careful talking about the Petro Gazz Angels, because we know Creamline to take advantage of these errors. Later on, you won't realize they've already closed the gap.
Great pass coming from Tempiatura. Pablo. And that is outside off the one-handed dig by Mitch Gumabaw. No runs here for the Cool Smashers. It's a 16-9 advantage for the Angels, set number 2. Watch and support the Alas Pilipinas men's national team as they fight for volleyball pride on home soil this August 16 to 18. The CV League. Get your tickets via ticketmax.ph. After a tight contest in the opening set, which was won by 2 by the Angels, there is Maddie Madayag, got the Tolentino coming off a big 5-set win earlier against the Crossovers. Meanwhile, the high-speed hitters taking on the Thunderbells later on. Final game of your triple header this Tuesday as we continue the second round of the eliminations. Right now, it's all Angels, set number 2.
So all Angels offensively and defensively.
Staunton. Palma got it again. Rem Palma has 4 points.
No, Creamline Cool Smashers couldn't just find their momentum here in terms of, defense, finding ways to slow down and read the offense of the Petro Gazz Angels, because so far everyone really contributing, the reason why it's so hard to slow them down.
Great serve coming from Arce, almost an overpass. And finally a side out for Staunton. That's just the 4th attack point of the Cool Smashers out of 27 points.
Probably their cleanest hit also for this set.
Staunton with 8. She scored 3 here in set number 2. Nice serve, but a great pass coming from Brooke. There's a block against Palma. She picks it up. Salas off the block. Pons pops it up. Pons gets it back. They want to get her going. That should get Pons back on track.
A great transition play there for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Putting more speed in that set, and Pons connecting well with Cal Negrito to get that point in the down-the-line attack.
Only the 4th point of Pons and her first here in set number 2. Salas. Oh, the pass strong. In fact, over the net, but Palma unable to pick it up. So a break point here for the Cool Smashers. They've scored 2 in a row.
Really lucky break there for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Coach Koji Tsurabara does not want to get this out of hand. Calls a timeout. We'll listen in. Brooke Van Sickle with 9 points. And the Angels leading by 5 against Staunton and the Cool Smashers. 12 serving 17. Salas pops it up. Salas gets it back. That is a very high off-speed hit. Pons blocked. Gumabaw, that's set too close to the net. But the dig by Van Sickle goes out of control. And 3 straight points now scored by the Cool Smashers.
And it seems like Bernadette Pons has found her groove here in this set. Consecutive points coming from her. Finally getting her first personal momentum going.
She scored 6 in total. 3 in the first set, 3 in the second set for Bernadette Pons. Angels looking for a side out. There it is. Nope, that is going to be wide for Pablo. So this is now a 4-point run for the Cool Smashers.
And right now, the Petro Gazz Angels feeling the pressure despite this 3-point lead, because Creamline starting to play more consistently.
Coach Koji Tsurabara just called a timeout. He doesn't want to burn another one. Salas. And that dig by Atienza goes outside. So the side out, but not after a 5-point run by the Cool Smashers.
The Angels needed this point. I mean, the Creamline Cool Smashers are looking to close the gap. But them getting this point definitely puts them in a better advantage right now.
11 for Salas now as Aiza Maizo Puntillas checks in for the first time today. Didn't score against the Flying Titans. She comes in along with Janelle Cheng, who was checked in for the second time today. 4-point lead for the Angels. Pons off a combination play. Tempiatura with the dig. Puntillas. Yes! First touch, first point. Aiza Puntillas.
You just know when Aiza Puntillas enters the court, she will deliver that point right away. Instant contribution from her, seeing that gap, that big gap in between the blockers and maximizing that one.
Short pass coming from Pons. Combination play does not materialize as Pons was too far away.
Too low and too quick there for Bernadette Pons.
And just like that, the lead is back to 6 points for the Angels. Aiza Valdez, she called a timeout. Now we'll listen in to Coach Meneses.
Diba? Hindi pa ako nakaharap. Pwede na si Bea dyan. Ayan. Si Pons, ito lang. Diba? Nandito lagi, makikita mo si Bea. Eh dito, wala tayong pupuntahan dyan. Gagalaw pa tayo. Ayan, tayo. Ayan. Dito. Let's go!
Okay! Again, girls, keep it up!
Allen! Creamline!
Well, the Cool Smashers had a good run. They cut that 8-point deficit down to 3. But upon the return, or upon the check-in of Cheng and Puntillas, they rattled off 3 straight points, Ayala, and it's a much comfortable advantage right now for the Angels.
Exactly, and I mean, right now they have Salas, Maiza Puntillas, and Palma in their front row. Some good offensive weapons for them.
There's a much better pass and much better set, but Tempiatura with a good dig. Salas. Ooh, Salas. I mean, the look on her face, you knew she was going to put 120% on that hit.
Man, she has been like that all throughout the match so far. You know she's here, she means business, she will deliver the points, and she has been showing up big for the Angels in this match.
12 points for Wilma Salas, and it's back to a 7-point lead. Not for long, back to 6 off a service fault from Janelle Cheng. Bea De Leon with 3 points. She hasn't scored here in set number 2. It's a long way back for the Cool Smashers, down by 6. Cheng saves it. Going to be a free ball for the White Shirts. Ooh, but they give up a free ball as well. Puntillas, that was a wild sequence of events right there, Ayel.
So both teams scrambling, a couple of miscues from both sides. Maiza Puntillas wanting to give away a chance ball, but too much power. She had the right angle in mind, though.
The Cool Smashers got away with one there. Coach Koji Tsurabara burns his final timeout. Let's listen in.
Talk!
Go, Ate!
Make a communicate! Yeah, again, next set!
Let's go! Go, Ate!
Come on, why can't you go? Let's go!
Go! Let's start! Hey, Petro Gazz Angels!
Not a minute ago, Coach Tsurabara looked relieved. Now he looks stressed again.
I'm sure because he knows what the Creamline Cool Smashers is capable of. No lead is too safe when you play against, you know, a champion team like the Cool Smashers. But right now, it has been the Petro Gazz Angels who has been dominating this match.
Erica Staunton hoping for more errors coming from the Angels, who've wasted several opportunities to score in the last few plays. Salas. And a dig coming from Staunton. Pons, underhand pass. Another opportunity to score. Puntillas right off the face of Bea De Leon. And she apologizes. De Leon says it's okay, part of the game.
Take a look at this replay. Back set from Cheng, and the toll in the down the line attack, you know, the brisk action that follow through of Isa Pontillas will put a lot of speed in her attacks.
A lot of breathing room right now for the Angels. 22-16, almost got an ace, but they get a free ball. Next best thing, Van Sickle, that's popped up. Tangs Panaga to Pons, too close to the net, but she finds a way to score. An amazing play from Bernadette Pons.
And a good way there for Panaga to assert herself, to go for that set. And Pons delivering that point. Just a tip right on the middle.
5-point game, 17 serving 22. Pontillas punches it through. Pontillas, great pickup here in the second set.
And I mean, the first ball, we talked about this on top of the coverage. It's very important. And the reason why offensively Petro Gazz has been so good, because their first ball has been really stable, giving their setters an easier time to orchestrate the offense.
And speaking of setters, the backup setter, Donalyn Paralejas, in the game for the first time for the Angels. Lumabaw, got it.
So there coming from Kyle Dito. Lumabaw goes cross court, hammering that one in. But again, they need a run here, talking about the Cool Smashers.
Van Sickle. Kyla Atienza, pass too strong. And that's what got them in trouble right from the start.
And the passes, the digs coming from the Cool Smashers has been way too tight to the net, giving Cal Negrito a difficult time setting up the offense for the Cool Smashers.
So it is going to be 6 set points for Pablo and the Angels. Pontillas is 3 for 4 in terms of attack efficiency. Great pass this time. But Tempiatura there for coverage. A set by Arce, believe it or not. And there's a block by Staunton as Van Sickle was easily read there.
I mean, that was actually a good set coming from Arce. Just high enough for Staunton to establish herself in that net defense, getting a solid kill block against Brooke Van Sickle.
That is the first block coming from Staunton. 1 set point save, but there are 5 more for the Angels. Van Sickle tries again. Free ball. Arce with a push and a final point for the Angels.
Again, team effort there coming from the Angels. People from the bench contributing. We talked about Cheng, Maiza Pontillas, but the Arce delivering the last point. But again, it has been Salas and Van Sickle getting the heavy load in terms of scoring for the Petro Gazz Angels.
A much wider margin, 25-19 for the Angels in set number 2, and they have a 2-0 advantage. It is all Angels so far in the first part of this rivalry. 2-0 advantage, winning by 6 points in the second set. As we take a look at highlights, Ayel.
It seems like the Petro Gazz Angels really did their homework and they have been executing their game plan, continuing to improve. You know, every set they had the 35% spiking efficiency in the first set, but they were able to up it into 41% spiking efficiency. So that speaks a lot in terms of their offense. Meanwhile, for the Creamline Cool Smashers, we're not seeing a lot of Bernadette Pons and Erica Staunton. I mean, those are two key players for them in terms of scoring, and that's where their strength lies. So if they don't deliver the points, that's really going to be difficult for the Cool Smashers, as the stats really shows it all. 9 attack points only for the Cool Smashers against the 17 of the Petro Gazz Angels. Not a lot of blocks for the Cool Smashers, only one. Petro Gazz Angels did not register any kill blocks, but the Petro Gazz Angels also committing more errors at 9. Meanwhile, the Cool Smashers at 7. So the disparity really is on the attack points for that second set.
For the Angels, they're led by Salas with 12. The Cool Smashers are led by Staunton, but she only has 9 points so far. Gumaba with 5. Pons with 7 after a rough start in set number 2. And meanwhile, after Salas, Van Sickle with 9. And Pontillas off the bench with 3 points. She was big late in set number 2.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the veteran players for the Petro Gazz Angels, whether coming off the bench or as a starter, she's really gonna deliver for her squad.
Brooke Van Sickle looking for her 6th game, scoring in double digits. So a little change in the starting lineup for Coach Meneses, as Bangs Panaga will be part of the first 6. Meanwhile, no change for Coach Koji Tuzurabara and the Angels. All important set number 3, especially if you're a fan of the Cool Smashers. Must win for them in order to stay alive in this matchup. That hit going outside. No touch, says the judges, including our first referee, Erlindo Eusebio.
That was a good set. RC only had one blocker there. Fortunately, too wide for her.
So for the first time in the match, the Cool Smashers are on the board first. Salas, gonna change that? Not yet. Negrito. Staunton, back row. Dug by Saet. Staunton, this one goes out of control.
Pablo getting the point. A simple attack, going long, going for the corner pocket. Hit the hands of Erica Staunton there.
Pablo with her 4th point. Ethan Arce now with her 4th team. Nice hit coming from Bernadette Pons. That's her 8th point.
And this is why the first ball is crucial for the Cool Smashers, because when they have that good first ball, they can go for combination plays. So that was an easy outing for Bernadette Pons.
Saet with the underhand pass. They go to Pablo again with a tip. Kept alive by Atienza. Staunton off the block. And Staunton now in double digits with 10.
Again, whenever they are insistent, those fast, low sets will always be working for them. Again, blocking not well established for the Petro Gazz Angels.
This is the biggest lead, believe it or not, for the Cool Smashers in the entire match. 2 points. Salas. Staunton going for point number 11. What a dig coming from Tempiatura. Chance ball here for the Cool Smashers. Staunton again, and she got it. Let's check in with Kyla Kingsu.
Tension is palpable here in set number 3, with both teams really refusing to to back down. Now, our Creamline girls did come out strong in that previous set, but our Petro Gazz Angels are indeed matching them blow by blow. Now, the Angels' consistency may be being tested, but their experience in the league and especially in this reinforced conference is finally shining through today. Prior to this report, I heard a returning reinforcement, Wilma Salas, call for them to settle down. And earlier when I asked Wilma what she wants to see from her ladies today, she answered 3 simple things: smiles, heart, and good energy. Now, the losing streak they had in round 1 might have had some fans question them, but Wilma happily exclaimed that she feels that they are finally back. Now, these two rivals are leaving everything on the court, but we all know this set could very well be the turning point of this matchup, so don't miss out a moment of this intensity. Catch all the action on the Pilipinas Live app for just 149 pesos a month. Now, as we head into this timeout of the Petro Gazz Angels.
Kasi iniipit ako sa
Okay.
Kaya mo yan, single block eh. Okay,
Start with pass! Petro Gazz!
All right, Kyla was talking about energy. Right now, there's a little bad juju, I guess, going on with the Angels because they are down by their biggest deficit in the match against the Cool Smashers. 4-point lead for Bernadette Pons and Creamline. 5 serving 1. What a start for them after losing the first 2 sets. And this is going to be a free ball once again for the Cool Smashers. Oh, but an overpass, and Salas gets the side out for the Angels.
I mean, Pons and at the end, they're trying to get that free ball given to them. Definitely a wasted opportunity for them. Easy outing there for Wilma Salas.
Salas now with 13. Right now, nothing going right for the Angels, Ayel.
After dominating that second set, the Petro Gazz Angels being dominated by the Cool Smashers here in the start of the third set.
Good looking serve. Not a good pass coming from Tempiatura. Salas out of system play. Negrito to Staunton. Everything going right for the Cool Smashers. Staunton with 12. 5-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Cool Smashers connecting better now in this third set. The adjustments are being made with the Petro Gazz Angels.
Brooke Van Sickle, off-speed hit. Great adjustment to fool the defenders. 10 points now for Van Sickle.
Simple play there, but a very effective one. Room for the roll shot from the back row. Great ball control from Brooke Van Sickle.
Gumabao tips it. And Gumabao scores again. Michelle Gumabao now with 6. 5-point lead for the Cool Smashers. 8-3 against the Angels here in the third set. Gilas Pilipinas continues its journey in the second window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers this November. Watch the games live at the Mall of Asia Arena. Get your tickets via smtickets.com. Hashtag Laban Pilipinas. 8-3 in favor of the Cool Smashers. They're off to a good start, and you wouldn't have asked for a better turnaround after losing the first two sets against Brooke Van Sickle and the Angels. Bea De Leon and company are in a good position here in set number 3, AL.
I mean, the Cool Smashers, they have already proven how resilient they are as a team. But let's see if they will be able to sustain this consistency they are showing right now.
Well, there's your answer from Erica Staunton. 13 points. She scored 4 in the last 3 minutes.
This puts more pressure on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels to find ways and find answers on how well the Cool Smashers has been playing in this set.
Lead is 6. Make that 7 for the Cool Smashers, their biggest lead of the match.
Again, nothing is going well for the Petro Gazz Angels. A 7-point lead here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. So we're seeing adjustments already from the Petro Gazz Angels. Isa Poncillas in for Myla Pablo earlier, and right now Janelle Cheng will be orchestrating the offense.
Here's a side out from Van Sickle, but that's just their third, make that 4th attack point, and they've already scored 3 unforced errors as a team.
So they need to be careful. They need to polish up their game because the Cool Smashers starting to produce their own points, and the giveaways will definitely be a bonus for them.
Staunton, she has the hot hand, and she continues to hurt the Angels. 14 points now for Staunton, the leading scorer for both teams.
That was a really sharp attack coming from Staunton.
Erica Staunton out of Illinois. Big fan of Kanye West. So that's what she listens to. That's her hype-up song every game. All right, that one is outside. Another unforced error here. So 4 unforced errors and 4 attack points for the Angels. They've scored as many as they've given up.
That's a lot of 3 points for the Cool Smashers as well.
Eight-point lead for the Cool Smashers in an all-important set number 3. Van Sickle. Gumaba with great coverage. Pons into the net.
Low there for Pons, trying to go deep. Lucky break here for the Petro Gazz Angels. They have a chance to get their game going.
That's the operative word, a lucky break, because they have not been able to score much, talking about Cheng and the Angels. Oof. But they give the point right back. Very suddenly, the Angels have just fallen apart here in the 3rd set.
Especially with how they played in the first 2 sets. They were very cohesive, everything going for them.
Van Sickle, good effort defensively coming from Staunton, and the fight by Pons to push it. Salas back row, Gumaba with coverage. Staunton, Tempiatura pops it up. There's a tip and a counter coming from Panaga. Brooke Van Sickle, and that has to feel good if you're the Angels winning after a long rally.
Exactly, and they worked hard for that Tempiatura, going for those saves. And Janelle Cheng recognizing that Brooke Van Sickle had an opportunity on the right pin to take advantage of the loose block. And that's what they need right now as much as they want. They want to extend the rallies. They want to win the rallies, talking about the Petro Gazz Angels.
Great save from Negrito. Salas, yes! Back-to-back points for the Angels. 14 for Salas.
Really has been on point all throughout the match, choosing the right angles.
Not a good pass coming from Staunton. Broken play coming from Pons. That's a net touch against Janelle Cheng.
Trying to save that ball that was too tight to the net.
Coach Koji Tsurabara, I'd like to find out what's going through his head right now. 14 serving 7. Oof, overpass, easy put away for Bernadette Pons. Pons now with 9.
Creamline Cool Smashers is also having a good serving game in this set, forcing the Petro Gazz Angels to commit those massive errors.
Much better pass coming from Brooke Van Sickle. There's a hit by Quintillas. Negrito will set it to Gumabao and abuses the block of Salas. Takes us to our second technical timeout. Cool Smashers with their biggest lead. It's 9 points against the Angels in set number 3. After a forgettable set in the second for the Cool Smashers, they are in full control here and can barely do any wrong. Meanwhile, the Angels played so well, 19 attack points in set number 2. So far, they've only picked up 5 attack points.
That's what we talked about earlier in the second set. They can't give the Creamline Cool Smashers any opportunity to gain momentum because the Cool Smashers will definitely take advantage of that as they continue to control this set. Clearly, the Petro Gazz Angels has slowed down in this set while the Creamline Cool Smashers has picked up their game.
Biggest lead for either team, 10 points. And right now, Cool Smashers just coasting along here in set number 3. They can afford that. Maybe a couple more, actually, with the way they're playing. A look of relief now on the face of Coach Meneses. Ethan Arce set to serve, a substitution here, as Joy Dacoron makes her first appearance in the match. She didn't play against the Flying Titans.
It seems like Coach Koji is finding some players to create some impact here for the Petro Gazz Angels.
Panaga. Pancake save by Arce. Salas. Off-speed hit. Got it.
That donut hole really has been a big problem for the Cool Smashers. I mean, it could have been a big opportunity for them to go for a counter-attack, but no one owned the defense.
Still a long way to go for Ethan Arce and the rest of the Angels. Down by 8. And that's been the story for the Angels all throughout set number 3. They score a point, they give up 1, sometimes they give up 2.
This consistency has been killing the Petro Gazz Angels in this set.
And right now, if you're Coach Koji Tsurabara, you can do nothing else but smile. I mean, this set's probably gone already. In his mind, he's looking at set number 4.
The good point there for the Petro Gazz Angels. Isa Puntillas contributing another point.
Still down by 8. Puntillas with 4 points. She was a huge contributor in the third set. Salas puts away an overpass. So 2 straight points for the Angels. That's a 16th point of Salas.
Didn't have that point to Isa Puntillas. Good serve coming from her.
Staunton popped up by Puntillas. Salas adjusting. Off-speed hit. Staunton was there. Gumabao. Blocked. The up by Negrito. Staunton. And this is gone.
Staunton has been all power in this set.
Ella De Jesus checks in. Good pass coming from Salas. Salas gets it back and nails it.
Clean hit there coming from Salas, and what an angle for her. Definitely a difficult one to defend for the Cool Smashers, avoiding everyone in the floor defense.
17 points now for the Cuban. Staunton, blocked. Gumabao chasing it down. Negrito says, I got it. Brooke Van Sickle picked up by Atienza. Staunton rising and hammering it home.
Staunton showing up big in this third set. Another sharp one coming from her. Staunton and Salas exchanging really good attacks.
8-point lead for Gumabao and the Cool Smashers. They only are 5 points away from getting this set. Staunton keeping it alive. Gumabao from the back row. Van Sickle cross court. Ella De Jesus using those libero skills to pop it up. Battle at the net. Won by Janelle Cheng. Easy over coming from De Leon. 1-2 play doesn't materialize for the Angels, but they get another opportunity off a free ball. Van Sickle blocked. This is too tight at the net. Saved by Pons in the back row. And again, another save in the back row, this time by Gumabao. Staunton fires one in. Back-to-back points for Erica Staunton.
What a rally and what a hustle from both teams. You see how badly they wanted that point, but Staunton knew where to put that ball.
Angels will call their final timeout. They're down by 9 points. Third set.
Okay. 3 point, 3 point. You will take a 3 point. Good work, good work. Now keep the sub catch. You can sub catch. Good. Okay. More hold the ball, talk to each other. You need a more smile. Okay. I go.
Coach Chizurabara asking the girls to smile and just feed off whatever they have remaining in this third set so they can get off to a good start in set number 4, down by 9 points, and Cool Smashers just 4 points away from winning the third set.
I mean, at this point for the Petro Gazz Angels, it's all about energy and a mental game, because we saw how good they can play against the Cool Smashers in the first 2 sets, but this is a big turnaround for the Angels.
Van Sickle fires one in. Great dig coming from Pons. Staunton. From the pipe. Salas. Anticlimactic. The way that finished, just ran along the net all the way to the out of bounds, so that's going to be a point for the Angels. Last touch, Cool Smashers off the block.
Right now, every point will matter for the Petro Gazz Angels.
Dacoron with the serve. Short pass coming from Atienza. Staunton blocked by Arce. Staunton will try again. Oh, Erica Staunton just unstoppable here in set number 3.
And Staunton really owning the responsibility right now of carrying the load in terms of scoring, and she has been doing that perfectly.
She had 9 points in the first 2 sets and 9 points in the third set. So 18 in total for the 23-year-old American. Van Sickle blocked, but it goes outside. Van Sickle now with 13.
Van Sickle off the hands of the Cool Smashers.
Right now, though, they can't play the side-out game.
Right. They need a run.
They're down by 8 points. Worse, they can't really afford errors. Oh, it's back to a 9-point deficit against Kojito Zurabara. Panaga returns. A very comfortable margin right now for the Cool Smashers. And they're 2 points away from winning set number 3. Pontillas with her 5th point.
Open block there in the cross-court angle. An easy one for Isa Pontillas, but this is going to be a tough one for the Petro Gazz Angels. Cool Smashers just, again, 2 points away from taking this set.
Panaga. Tempiatura right there for the second touch. Salas, power tip. Overpass there on the dig. Salas again. Cut shot is good.
Salas there taking advantage of her height. 2 blockers with her, avoiding them. A bit of a miss-hit, but it works for her.
Salas with 19. Pons off a combination play. Pons picks up the block. Staunton with an easy over. Tempiatura passes side. Goes to Pontillas, and there's a net touch against Pons. So back-to-back points here for the Angels.
Again, Isa Pontillas using her wits to get the point.
Timeout for Coach Meneses. We'll listen in.
Okay. Spike cover tayo spike cover. Pag nasa kabila yung bola, ang pumapasok na bola ngayon, medyo mahina, so wala mo nang atrasan. Okay? Spike cover pero ngayon first attack muna tayo. Let's go, first attack.
Yes, let's not rush. Let's not rush.
Running ang mahaba.
All in, Creamline!
Really good third set.
Coach Sherwin, they're talking about the first attack. They need a side out from their pass right now because the Angels are gaining some momentum, but the Cool Smashers are definitely in a comfortable position right now.
A really good third set put together by the Cool Smashers. Negrito, that's a low set. No problem for Pons. Tempiatura pops it up. Here comes Pontillas. Diving is Atienza for the save. Nice tip coming from Panaga. Pontillas again. Negrito right there for coverage. Pons into the net. Four-point run for the Angels. Coach Meneses looking just a bit worried.
That's also because you have Salas, Isa Pontillas, and Arce in the front row of the Angels.
Pons. Coverage in the back row by Brooke Van Sickle. Salas down the line. This is now 5 unanswered points by the Angels.
And again, this is a strong front row. I mean, rotation for the Petro Gazz Angels. Salas on the front row, Maizo Pontillas on the other side. You have Brooke Van Sickle manning the defense. So they would want to keep this rotation, talking about the Petro Gazz Angels.
Pons. Van Sickle with coverage in the defensive zone. Salas rising, tipping. Gumabaw with the up from the pipe. Staunton. Easy over. And a free ball for Pons. Tempiatura, what a save. Salas again. Cross court. Pons was right there. Staunton, back row again. This time, Erica Staunton delivering the set point. She has 19 for the Cool Smashers.
And finally stopping the run of the Petro Gazz Angels. Negrito trying to find her from the back row. I mean, Van Sickle read that one perfectly but could not get into the ball on time.
5 set points for the Cool Smashers. Baby Love Barbon in the game for the first time. Barbon picking up the overpass. Salas this time knocks it in, so 1 set point save as Salas picks up her 21st point.
But for the Petro Gazz Angels, they need to be flawless. They can't afford to commit any errors, but they have an advantage. They have Salas, the reinforced player in the front row right now. They can rely on her in terms of offense, but they have to defend well. Meanwhile, Creamline just need 1 more point.
And they could get it here. A nice pass, combination play, and Bernadette Pons puts it away. Pons in double digits with 10. And it's a 5-point win for the Cool Smashers against the Angels in the 3rd set.
A perfect way to end that set. Clean attack for the Creamline Cool Smashers. No blockers at all.
The Cool Smashers stay alive in this match, sending this to a 4th setter with a 5-point win in set number 3. The shortest set so far finished in 29 minutes. The Cool Smashers winning the 3rd by 5 to stay alive in this matchup against the Angels.
I mean, the Creamline Cool Smashers, they really know how to come up big after losing consecutive sets. They're not going down without a fight, and they showed up big in that 3rd set. Erica Staunton was that player who gave them a lot of confidence, especially in scoring, delivering the load. But it was also the defense of the Creamline Cool Smashers finding answers to the offense of the Petro Gazz Angels. Meanwhile, Petro Gazz Angels has slowed down their offense and defense. So we take a look at the numbers. Almost the same number of attack points, only 1 more for the Petro Gazz Angels. They have 17 against the 16 of the Cool Smashers. But the Cool Smashers have heavily improved their game. They only gave away 3 free points for the Petro Gazz Angels. Meanwhile, the Angels gave away 8 points. Most of these errors coming from the service line, which was very crucial for them. So right now, we can expect the Cool Smashers going in the 4th set, feeling more confident, but let's see if we see necessary adjustments on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels.
After a poor start offensively, the Angels pick up on their attacks, but it was not enough as the errors really hurt them against the Cool Smashers, who played an excellent game. Really able to turn the tables around. Who would have thought they would do a 180 after really struggling, especially in the 2nd set? Well, let's see team captain Remy Palma how this team can turn around things in set number 4, because I mean, for the Angels, you've got to be thinking, I can't go 5 sets.
Right.
with the Cool Smashers.
And again, this is a very crucial match for the Petro Gazz Angels because of the format. Only the top 8 teams will move forward to the quarterfinals, and they are in the bottom of the top 8 teams, so they need this win to at least strengthen their chances of being in the quarterfinals.
Pontillas will start in the 4th. So another adjustment for Coach Koji to Zorabara. Meanwhile, it's the same 6 for Coach Meneses. Pangs Panaga in the starting lineup, just like she was in set number 3. Welcome to our coverage right here at the Phil Sports Arena, and Gumabao knocks in the first point of set number 4. She has 9 in total.
What a set coming from Negrito, forcing that reverse set to Michelle Gumabao. So much options in terms of angles.
Panaga only with 1 point, scored in set number 3. Van Sickle got it. Brooke Van Sickle now with 14.
Fast low set also working here for the Angels.
Not a good pass there coming from Pons, and that resulted in an error as we send it courtside to Kyla Kingsu.
Erica Nayel, like we said earlier, when these two squads meet, you can bet everything on an intense pressure pack and down to the wire game. And set number 3 was nothing short of electrifying, especially from the Creamline Cool Smashers, who finally picked up their game. Now, earlier I actually talked to Erica Staunton, who had the hot hands, and when I praised her for her level of game, she immediately credited her performance to her teammates, who in her words have been backing her up on and off the court, knowing very well she's the youngest reinforcement and the one tasked to boost the talented roster of Creamline. At that, Erica says she cannot afford to let this opportunity to grow slip away, and she's certainly a woman of her words as we see this turnaround for the Cool Smashers. Now, this is a battle of wills, and every point here feels like a game changer. Let's see if Creamline can continue changing the match, which our fans can experience better on the Pilipinas Live app for only 149 pesos a month. Now back to you, Erica Nayel.
All right, thank you, Kyla. 10 of the 20 points of Erica Staunton scored in set number 3. That's how huge she was for the Cool Smashers. Gumabao with 9. 1 more point, and she's going to be the 3rd player in double digits for the Cool Smashers. Salas, meantime, answers with her 22nd point.
Salas this time changing her angle. She has been going cross-court a lot of times, but going down the line here, maximizing the smaller blocker and Kyle Negrito.
Well, if you're the Angels, this is a much better start.
Right.
I mean, they're keeping in step and even taking the lead for the first time in set number 4 off that ace by Arce, her first of the match.
And again, as you mentioned, this is a better start for them. This can give them more confidence here. But again, Creamline Cool Smashers dominating the 3rd set.
Much better pass off the Arce serve. Bea De Leon with a hit. Arce trying to save it. Unsuccessful.
Good exchanges so far from both teams. Really trying to keep the game close.
An admirable effort coming from Ethan Arce, just trying to chase it down. 4 all. Could serve Baby Love Barbon. Back in the game. Pontillas, what a save from Atienza. Pons attacks, and Pons will score.
Atienza has been really stable here for the Cool Smashers. Defending well the attacks of Salas, getting the roll shots.
11 for Pons. Staunton with 20. Great pass from Baby Love. And this one over the net on the dig by Atienza. Salas tips from the back row. That's got to be a foot fault from Staunton.
Very clear there. He's trying to be explosive in that approach, but too big of a step for her.
Quick to whistle the fault. Second referee, Angelo Howe. 5-all. Pons. 12 now for Bernadette Pons.
As we mentioned earlier, if the Cool Smashers get their offense going, they really have a big chance. That's their biggest strength so far in this conference.
Saet off a 1-2 play, easily picked up by Bea de Leon. Pons again, bounces it off the block. Oof, that's gotta be an overreach on Salas. Salas saying, I didn't touch it. And I believe the referees will use a challenge. They'll use the referee's challenge. Or are they waiting for Coach Zorobara to challenge? Oh, they're waiting. Yes, there will be a challenge. So it's a block touch challenge because Salas is a back row player, I believe.
Well, Salas actually, I believe right now in the front row, but Cal Negrito was still trying to set that ball.
All right, so it's a net touch challenge now. But that wasn't the call. So the call was an overreach on Salas. It was not a net touch.
Clarifying that
so they can't challenge the call actually.
Exactly. They can only go for the net touch challenge, the block touch
but that
challenge.
wasn't the call, so all right, so we're trying to get clarification. Even the technical committee is a little confused because they're challenging a non-call.
Clarifications going so far. Remy Palma already in the technical table.
There you go. Because they can't allow a challenge because they're not challenging. You can't challenge the call, number one. And you can't use a different challenge for a different call. So they disallow the challenge eventually because there's no challenge for the overreach call by Erlindo Eusebio, our first referee. They're still trying to explain. Or they were trying to get clearance now if they're going to take away a challenge from the Angels. All right, team captains will be called to the first referee. We're listening.
Tawag ako reaching biyandanet. So pag reaching biyandanet, di ba? Average tinawagan ko. Pag ganun pala, hindi na pwede ano ng black touch. Ang pwede lang niya i-challenge is net touch. Kasi judgment na ng referee kasi yun, hindi na inallowed ngayon.
So hindi na po ma-allow yung challenge namin?
Hindi, net touch na lang ang ano ninyo. Kung nag-challenge kayo, net touch.
Sige po, hindi na po. Reset na lang po. Huwag na lang po lang.
Ano, papakita? Go, papakita natin yan. Net touch is coach eh.
Sige po.
So this is going to be an unsuccessful challenge. I don't know if this is officially a challenge. I think it is. So no net touch, but that wasn't the call. So you've got to wonder why they had to waste the challenge, because whether or not it was successful, they weren't going to win the point anyway, because the call was an overreach,
Exactly.
which is a non-challengeable call. All right. Play continues. 2-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Salas. Nice save coming from Pons, but a chance ball for the Angels. Running attack, Palma. Nowhere to go. No, it bounces off the block of Pons and outside.
A much lead point there for the Petro Gazz Angels, and they have to stay composed, especially after that miscommunication.
Salas with 22. Short pass coming from Pons. Pons attacking. Salas with the dig. Ooh, and Brooke Van Sickle firing a missile in for her 16th point.
Brooke Van Sickle making sure she gets that point. Another deadlock here in the fourth set.
Combination play. Pons is blocked by Palma. Good defense by both teams. Staunton from the back row into the net. And that sends us to our first technical timeout. Angels up by 1, 8-7 against Meneses and the Cool Smashers. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena, Teo Gagate on your screens. Checking out the action. It's a 1-point lead for the Angels, but it's been a very testy set number 4, especially after last challenge that happened. Erica Staunton and the Cool Smashers. Would you say they have momentum here in set number 4, Ayel?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they really have turned around their game. They were 2 sets down, but so far they are looking good, but not with the Petro Gazz Angels trying to slow them down, I was gonna say, but Staunton getting another point.
21 for Erica Staunton. And the game is tied at 8. Van Sickle, off-speed hit, picked up by Pons. Negrito to Gumabao. Yes! What a shot.
Can't open the cross-court angle for Michelle Gumabao. That's her strength. She can easily score a point in that angle.
Gumabao now in double digits with 10, so 3 Cool Smashers have scored in double digits, and they are up by 1. All-important set number 4. Because if you're the Cool Smashers, you're not out of the woods yet. They're still down 2-1. Van Sickle. Two great digs coming from Kyla Atienza. Pons answers. There's a net touch on Bernadette Pons.
Bernadette Pons wanted that point badly. I mean, great saves coming from Atienza. Fortunately, scraped the net on her way down. Talking about Pons.
So Palma is serving at 9-all. And it's very tight set. Both teams exchanging points inside out. So there's a push by Gumabao. Palma says, I'll set it. Brooke attacks, pushes against two blockers. Gumabao off Palma, and Michelle Gumabao with back-to-back points.
Well, Gumabao being a big problem here for the Petro Gazz Angels. Going cross-court earlier and then going down the line. Difficult to read, really.
Saet to Van Sickle. Coverage in the back row by Pons. Here comes Staunton. The save is no good. That's going to be a lift.
She tried her best. Oh, that was too close to the referee. Lifting violation called on Cheeside there.
All right, timeout for the Angels. They're down by 2, 11-9 against the Cool Smashers.
No. 3 and 3. You are top. It's okay. One more. One catch. Hold on.
And you can tell how important this fourth set is. It's just a 2-point deficit, but the Angels, they want to talk it over.
For the Angels, they need this set because it's really dangerous to go to a 5th set playing against the Cool Smashers. They keep on getting better every set.
Bernadette Pons with 12, all coming from attacks. Van Sickle. That first touch comes up short for Erica Staunton, so Van Sickle with 17, and they make it a 1-point game.
Actually a good rebound there from the blockers, but Staunton was already transitioning back, did not go for the first touch.
Staunton. Tempiatura diving for the dig. Van Sickle again, blocked this time. Brooke will try again, but this is a tough angle. Gets it in between the antennas. What a push! A smart play for Pangs Panaga, her second point.
Oh, Pangs Panaga, really quick thinking for her. Great show of sense of urgency there. Going for that long hit. Recognizing that the Petro Gazz Angels were still transitioning back.
This is the biggest lead for the Cool Smashers. 2 points, set number 4. That battle at the net. Tip going outside. Last touch by Arce.
Slowly but surely here, the Cool Smashers creating a gap. Petro Gazz needs to be mindful here.
Barbon with a good pass. There's a hit by Puntillas. Gumabao. Panaga popping it up. Staunton. Brooke Van Sickle with a dig. Salas from the pipe.
Finally a point for the Angels. Salas from the back row, targeting the zone of Panaga.
Salas now with 23. This is her highest scoring game in the Reinforced Conference. second service fault for Brooke Van Sickle. The lead is back to 3 for the Cool Smashers.
They have been having a bad day there on the service line, talking about the Petro Gazz Angels.
Ooh, lucky break if you're the Angels, as Gumabao returns the favor.
Give away there. Some chance for Petro Gazz Angels to gain momentum.
Wow. Both teams struggling from the service area, Ayel.
And for the Petro Gazz Angels, these are painful errors for them because they're trying to close the gap. Meanwhile, for Creamline, they have a really small bit of a cushion here.
Oh! Barbon and Salas let it go, and Staunton gets an ace for the biggest lead of the Cool Smashers. 16-12, set number 4. Cool Smashers in a good position here in set number 4, but they're not as dominant as they were in the third set, which is good news for the Angels, but they've committed a lot of errors that put them in a really tough spot here in the set.
Really, it has been the errors for the Petro Gazz Angels because if you talk about their offense, you see some sparks, you see some consistency, especially from Salas, but again, they have to be careful. They need to play cleaner volleyball here if they want to finish this in 4 sets.
Barbon with the pass. Pontillas dug by Gumabao. Barbon again with the dig this time. Salas attacking. That's outside. No, it's on the line.
Finally, better angle here for Salas in the front row. Right in between Pons and Atienza.
Janelle Cheng will check in along with Sabete as Coach Zorabara still looking for a combination that'll click. Bea De Leon. Nice play.
Great timing there, activating De Leon in the middle. A big quick attack. Both blockers late in the closing her down.
De Leon with 6 points and a good decision by Negrita to go to De Leon off a good pass. Right now, this 4-point lead is comfortable. Well, with the way things are going for both teams. That dig, too strong, and it goes outside. So 25 points now for Wilma Salas.
A set of contribution coming from her. But she's on the back row right now. But no problem for the Petro Gazz Angels. Brooke Van Sickle, the front row to man the offense.
Good looking serve, a short pass coming from Staunton. Staunton gets it back, hits the net cord. Tepiatura diving for the dig. Van Sickle attacking and sends it outside. And you can see it from your screen, so it's going to be a challenge by by the Angels. This is their last challenge.
This is a crucial challenge for them, given that they only have one challenge left, and we're just in the middle of the set.
Angels, they looked good after the first two sets, especially after winning by 6 in the second set. But all of a sudden, the Cool Smashers just turned the tables around. And here we are, with the Angels staring down a 3-point deficit. And the momentum clearly on the side of the Cool Smashers. The Angels need this win more than the Cool Smashers, who finished the first round at 4-1. Angels at 2-3. And right now, number 7 in the top 8. So they're, you know, a couple of losses, they may fall out of the top 8.
Meanwhile, for the Cool Smashers, they're currently number 3 overall. So they are in a comfortable position in terms of their overall standing. But again, every win will matter for them. You want to be in the top 4 of the standings.
Top 8 will move on to the quarterfinals, which is a knockout format. So you lose, you're out. Angels trying to stay warm. Here is the review. So there is a very, very slight touch.
And you see Pangs Panaga with that smile, with that smirk. She probably hoped the camera did not see that touch.
Oh, but our 20+ cameras see everything. 2-point game. 15 serving 17. Salas with 25 already. Pons off the block of Sabete. Pons with 13.
Right, so always the speed that works well for the Cool Smashers.
18-15 for Creamline, serving Kyle.
Not a good pass there coming from Van Sickle. So an off-system play for Salas. Gumabao pushes. Palma was there. Van Sickle blocked by Gumabao. Atienza will set it. They go back to Mitch, and she hits the antenna.
Too wide of a set. Gumabao trying to go cross court. Unfortunately, it hit the antenna.
It is a close one here in set number 4. 16 serving 18. Palma to Staunton. Negrito running it down. Van Sickle. Great dig, but it went over for Atienza. Negrito pops it up on the dig. Pons against 2 blockers. Got it. Back-to-back points for Bernadette Pons.
Bernadette Pons taking advantage of the loose block of Arce. I mean, great adjustment on the blocking formation of Petro Gazz Angels, but Pons finding that loose angle.
Angels finding it hard to break that 2-point mark. There's a block against Van Sickle. And a free ball for the Cool Smashers. Staunton. Gumabao. Erica Staunton again. Baby Love Barbon with the dig. Brooke Van Sickle rising and scoring.
Great hustle there. Floor defense for the Petro Gazz Angels. Barbon delivering that good first ball, and Van Sickle finishing up with that point.
I mean, both teams really fighting tooth and nail for each and every point here. It's been a rally each and every time. Van Sickle with the left. Not this time. Hits the antenna.
with that set. Unfortunately, no goal for her.
Worried look on the face of Coach Tuzurabara as he can't seem to break that 2-point barrier. Lead is back to 3 for De Jesus and the Cool Smashers. And if you're going to base it on the trend of the exchange of points, it seems like the Cool Smashers have the advantage.
Exactly, have done a good job keeping that small lead, finding ways for a side out.
Staunton's going to get it. Blocked this time. Coverage by De Jesus. Staunton again against the single block. This time they're just running out of air.
Difficult angle also for Staunton. I mean, it was coming behind her. She really had to adjust. So another 2-point lead for Creamline. But Salas now in the front row of the Petro Gazz Angels.
2-point game. Bea De Leon. Salas on a pancake save. Negrito, they go to Staunton. Net touch on Staunton, and via an error by the Cool Smashers, finally, the Angels are within 1.
Lucky break there for the Petro Gazz Angels.
And Coach Vanessa senses danger. We'll call a timeout. We'll listen in.
Coach, 5 ka lang.
Yes.
Pwede dito. Bea, dito. Receive 2 tayo, pero triangle lang tayo.
Okay. Receive 2.
Triangle lang tayo. Para si Salas mag-isa lang. Malaki siya, pero si Bea nandito naman. Ha? Para malayo tatakbuhin. Pagka nandito lang to, di isa lang kalaban mo. Timing lang. No, pag nandito yan, isa lang kalaban mo. Kahit kanina pwede. Hey, i-quick.
Yes, hey, 1 point right now. Let's go.
All in, Creamline!
Happy!
Well, the timeout is to break the 2-point run by the Angels.
And a very technical timeout there for Coach Sherwin with specific instructions on what they need to do, because they would want to slow down Salas, who is currently in the front row of the Petro Gazz Angels.
She has 25 points already. Wilma Salas. Pass too strong. That's a point for Salas. And Salas having a chat with some of the Cool Smashers.
Taking a look at this replay. Overreaching there called on Kyle Negrito because she's currently on the front row. So Wilma Salas had the advantage on that one.
So the comeback is complete. The 3-point deficit is gone. Salas for the lead. The save on the dig by Brooke Van Sickle. Staunton blocked. Coverage by Atienza. Pons to Negrito. Easy over. A chance ball for the Angels. Salas. Another great one-handed save by Van Sickle. Negrito to De Leon. Blocked by Salas. Coverage coming from Atienza. Staunton for the lead. Oh, both teams playing terrific floor defense. Combination play. Gumabao gives the Cool Smashers the lead at 21-20.
The Angels trying to work on their defense, trying to stop the Cool Smashers offense, but Michelle Gumabao coming alive in that sequence.
Gumabao with 12 points. Salas. I mean, defensive pattern of the Cool Smashers are just preventing Salas from scoring, and Staunton punches through the 3-lady block for her 24th point.
And it seemed like it was the instructions Coach Sherwin gave earlier, how to defend the attacks of Salas and the Cool Smashers on point on the defense.
One more, go!
Point
Where
again.
my work, your work. Come on, everyone, come on! Come on!
Let's go.
Okay? Hit catch, make a sub catch. It's okay, be catch.
Let's go.
Come on, women, come on.
Ibagsak mo. Petro Gazz Angels.
Now Coach Koji Zurabara burning his final timeout. You see in the background, assistant coach Chakrus Mehag. A former Angel and a former Lady Spiker of DLSU, Wilma Salas with 26 points, Staunton with 24. The reinforcements have come out to play here. But Cool Smashers off a 2-point run, answering the 3-point run of the Angels. Short pass coming from Barbon. Salas fires one in.
Out of a system set there for Salas. That was a difficult one to read for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Clean attack there. It's just a 1-point game now.
And the Angels, they needed that point. And Salas delivering for her 27th of the game. Paralejas almost got an ace. Staunton. Oh, what an answer! Erica Staunton answering the point by Salas to give the Cool Smashers a 2-point cushion.
You have to credit the hustle of Bea De Leon in that sequence and that defense. But Staunton again delivering an important point.
Oh, the floater of a serve. Erica Staunton gets, that's her second ace of the game, and it's 3 set points for the Cool Smashers.
Really crucial error there for the Angels. They were out of position in that passing formation. We see them right now conversing, but what a service ace there for Staunton.
And what a time for it to come as well. Salas with a great pass. Salas with a push. Big point to save a set point for Wilma Salas. Smart
move for her. Defense was waiting for her power hit, found that hole, going for the tip.
Coach Meneses will use his final timeout.
Si Chico punta dito.
Yes, coach.
So, dalawang samantala yan.
Yes. Okay. Long pasa tayo.
Back and back row. Erika, yung back row. Pons, pero
Yes, coach.
walang problema kung nandito to eh.
Kaya mas malaki, mas kaya check out po. Yes, yes.
Gitna receive ko tayo ha.
Muna tayo.
Last one tayo, hindi magsaservice ng ano yan, ng malakas.
Okay. Ready. Second ball, ha?
Cover. Kayla Pons.
All in, Creamline!
Well, a set point saved, and Coach Meneses does not want to let this slip away.
Well, for the Cool Smashers, they only need one good pass and 1 point to finish this set and extend this into a 5th set.
De Leon blocked by Saet. They go to Pons this time. Van Sickle, another one-handed dig. That's worked well for her here in set 4. And another set point saved. Salas with 29.
The Petro Gazz Angels get the recycle from that rally. Great way for Brooke Van Sickle to extend her arms and found Salas there and the right pin to score a point.
Wilma Salas single-handedly keeping the Angels in this game, but Bea De Leon says enough is enough. De Leon with 7 points.
Explosive finish there for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
4 of her 7 coming here in the 4th set. And no surprise as the Cool Smashers stay alive. Back-to-back sets to send this to a 5th and final set. back here inside the Phil Sports Arena, and fans are getting their money's worth today, whether you're at the venue or watching us live on One Sports Plus, and Filipinas Live, because after this fourth set win by the Cool Smashers, we're in for a fifth and deciding set.
I mean, all throughout that set, the Petro Gazz Angels was playing catch up. The Cool Smashers did a great job keeping their lead, their 2-point lead, and Staunton, Gumabaw, Pons coming alive in important moments of that set. Meanwhile, the Petro Gazz Angels was so close in stealing that set away from the Cool Smashers, but the Cool Smashers stayed disciplined in their movement and their game plan, and that allowed them to be successful in that fourth set. As you take a look at the numbers, 18 attack points for the Cool Smashers against the 14 of the Petro Gazz Angels, and both teams registering 2 service aces, but Petro Gazz Angels playing cleaner against the Cool Smashers. Cool Smashers committing more errors, but definitely out-attacked a little bit the Angels in that set.
What's going to be key here? I mean, first 2 sets, Angels. Next 2 sets, Cool Smashers. Obviously, momentum with the Cool Smashers coming into set number 5, but could it really be, I mean, could it go either way? I mean, what chances do the Angels have at turning this one around?
Well, right now, we have an even game. So whoever gets to start strong in the 5th set definitely has the advantage. And whoever plays cleaner volleyball and committing less errors, as we will only play until the 15th point. So it's a short set, so every point will really matter. Playing cohesively, everyone coming together and executing their roles as consistent as they can will matter a lot for both teams.
Well, defense has been a premium for both teams. They've played really well in terms of coverage on the floor. So expect long rallies, just like what we've seen in the last 2 sets, especially. Both teams really giving the offense of the opponent a much harder time. All right, so after the 5-set win earlier today by the Flying Titans against the Crossovers, we enter the 5th and final set. Cool Smashers against the Angels. Van Sickle, that's outside.
Error there for the Petro Gazz Angels to start off the set again. We mentioned this. You have to be careful with those errors, especially in the 5th set.
Pons having another great game. This is her 5th game in double digits. Staunton. That dig out of control. Erica Staunton now with 27 points.
Good start for the Cool Smashers. Simple attack there from Staunton, but a miscue to the Petro Gazz Angels.
And right now, if you're the Angels, gotta be a little concerned. You mentioned, Ayel, the team with a good start gets a big leg up against the competition. The dig goes over the net. Van Sickle off a free ball. There's a net touch against, I think it's Gumabaw, according to second referee Angelo Howe. So it's a free point by the Angels. Van Sickle with 19. Second game with 19 points so far in the tournament. And Arce with a block against Max Panaga.
Magal Negrito trying to activate Panaga and involve her early on in this 5th set. Unfortunately, Arce had the perfect thing in mind to jump with Panaga there.
So a good answer by the Angels. A 2-point run after the Cool Smashers led 2-0. Coverage in the back row by Van Sickle. There's a hit by Pontillas for a 1-point lead by the Angels off a 3-point run.
Yes, with a brisk action, 7th point of the match, maximizing that gap.
mentioned the errors, Ayel. Brooke Van Sickle, that's going to be her 3rd service fault, her 5th error in total, and we're tied at 3. Temperatura, not a good pass. Pontilla sets to Salas, who finds the corner for her 30th point of the game. Again, the highest output in the reinforced conference for Wilma Salas.
Oh, Salas really has been that scoring machine here for the Petro Gazz Angels. Another clean attack for her.
Arce with 5. Staunton. There's a dig by Van Sickle, but Salas hits it outside.
Good dig there coming from Van Sickle, but Salas rushing to go for that hit. Fortunately, an error for her.
4 all. Gumabao with 12 points matches her output against the Chameleons' second 12-point game. There's a block against a hit by Van Sickle. Bea de Leon scores a monster block.
Timing is everything in the net defense, and De Leon reading well and jumping at the right time. Close down Van Sickle.
Cool Smashers up by 1. And nobody can really get any form of momentum here as Gumabao serves it into the net. So we're tied at 5. And a 2-lady substitution for the Angels as Cheng and Sabete check in. Negrito to Staunton. Yes, Eric Staunton with 27.
Cool Smashers, you know, playing simple volleyball, going for Staunton, going for the wing attackers, but they have been successful.
5th game with 20 or more points for Erica Staunton, and her 6th game in double digits. That serve could have been outside. Van Sickle picked it up. Salas is blocked by Negrito. What a play by Kyle. And a dig coming from Pons. Ends up in a free ball for the Angels. Salas again. This time knocks it in. 31 for Wilma Salas.
Well, at this point of the match, we can really expect Salas to be delivering most of the points because the setter's also setting her up a lot of times.
Almost halfway through the 5th set, and we're still tied at 6. Pons, Salas, keeping it alive. Van Sickle, got it! Oh, what a play! Wilma Salas digging it up for Van Sickle to put it away.
Oh, that rally just shows how much Wilma Salas wants this game. Take a look at that hustle. Going for that ball, and Van Sickle getting that point.
And you can tell she's not the quickest player on the floor at 6'2", but she got to it. A foot fault challenge. So they're checking if was it Van Sickle who crossed the center line? And at this stage, with the way this set is going, every point is ultra important.
Both teams really not giving up, giving each other a good fight here.
2 sets each, 6 points each in the 5th set. I mean, it can't get any closer than that.
And it's really a great quality volleyball. I mean, both the reinforced players, Staunton and Salas, showing up big, but the local players also contributing, giving enough support both in offense and defense.
All right, here's Van Sickle flying in, and it is a successful challenge. It's a foot fault against Van Sickle, who can't help but smile.
No, because it was actually Negrito with that foot fault violation. So the point stays with the Petro Gazz Angels.
So can you call that a successful challenge? Because it said yes, and it was a challenge by the Cool Smashers. And nevertheless, the point won by the Angels. They're up by 1. Pons, cross-court, Tempiatura. And the dig, that was iffy, so Negrito picked it up. Pons again going down the line this time, and Salas, the dig, coming up short. Pons with 15.
Smart move there for Pons. Going for the zone of Salas, making her work. As you mentioned earlier, she's not the fastest defender for the Petro Gazz Angels.
7-all. Van Sickle, yes. Van Sickle now with 22. Both teams will change ends. And despite the lead, it is still anybody's set, anybody's match as we go to Kyla Kingsu.
Erica Nayel, it all boils down to this very moment, set number 5 of what has been such an epic showdown between two longtime PVL rivals. And this is a very familiar scenario and a very familiar matchup that we are seeing on Creamline's end. It is undeniable that they are counting on Erica Staunton to continue paving the way for them through this final stretch. Having been playing such a pivotal role, Petro Gazz, however, is not backing down. Brooke Van Sickle, who I heard was asking for the ball in the recent huddle and calling for them to not waste their hard work, is as always delivering in clutch moments. Well, Erica Nayel, the atmosphere here is electric, and it is anyone's game as we head into the final points. After all, this is what rivalry matches are all about. And if I were you, I wouldn't miss out on this quality volleyball you can experience better on the Pilipinas Live app for only 149 pesos a month. Now let's go back to 2019, because this was when Wilma Salas won the reinforced conference with Petro Gazz. Will history repeat itself, or will Creamline show the Angels that the new champs are here to stay? Let's find out as I send it back to you, Erica Nayel.
All right, thank you. Great report, Kyla. Big rhetoric questions that only these teams can answer. 8-all in set 5. No team leading by more than 2 points. That's how close this has been. Pons blocked. Panaga sets it up. Sabete with the dig. Van Sickle. Back-to-back points for Brooke Van Sickle. She's got 23.
I mean, Kyla mentioned earlier that Brooke Van Sickle told her teammates to not waste the hard work they've done in this match. She's definitely going to give it her all in this 5th set.
It's really going to hurt for the Angels after winning the first 2 sets to lose in a sweep, a reverse sweep. Obviously sting, and that will also give them their 4th loss. Their service ace by Saed gives the Angels a 2-point lead, which is at this point a comfortable margin.
Exactly. Take a look at this replay of that serve with the help from the net.
A timeout here by the Cool Smashers. Listen in.
Punch dong. Sigaw ka para sundan ka ni, ha? Dalawa lang yan. Pag walang receive, talagang hindi ka na pamukul yan.
Yes, coach. Yes, coach.
Baka maulit, baka maulit.
I get
Energy, girls.
Get the net.
Lahat kasali tayo. Let's go.
Creamline! Happy!
Cool Smashers looking for their 5th straight win. They are 4-1/3 in the top 8. And they're taking on Wilma Salas and the Angels, who are at 2-3 in the standings. Coming off just 1 win. They picked it up against the Flying Titans. And right now they are 7th place out of the top 8.
Both teams proving that this rivalry is still pretty much alive.
Pons, Salas with a beautiful dig. Van Sickle. Pons keeping it alive. Salas again with another dig from the back row. Brooke Van Sickle. It's been the Salas and Van Sickle show offensively and defensively as well. Puntillas gets into the act. Staunton. And that's no good. Biggest lead of the set by either team at 3 points for the Angels.
Offensively, it has been difficult to slow down the Petro Gazz Angels right now because you have Brooke Van Sickle and Isa Puentillas as options in the front row, but you have Salas from the back row, so a lot of weapons.
And how about the digs by Wilma Salas?
Exactly.
A little wet spot on the floor, keeping Saet waiting. 4 points away from winning the match, but only with a 3-point lead. So the Cool Smashers definitely within striking distance here of the Angels. Lumabaw, Kempiatura, Saet underhand pass to Van Sickle. What a dig for Atienza. Pons down the line, nobody there. Side out for the Cool Smashers.
What a hit coming from Bernadette Pons. It looked like she was going to go cross court, but again, Salas having difficulty in defending zone 1.
Coach Koji Tzuramara will use his first timeout. No, they're still up by 2.
Mark, number 22. Number 22.
Yes, coach.
Okay. Don't run. You can spin. Moving. Everyone. Everyone. Mark the group. Group of they are making your system.
Their deep, Ate, abang checkpoint ha!
Well, it has to be very comforting for the Angels to see their head coach, despite the tense situation, still manages to smile. And as you look at the very tense Liza Valdez on the other side, you know, that will settle down the nerves of the Angels for sure, right?
For sure. And right now, the best thing they can do really is stay composed and try to take good care of this lead.
Van Sickle block. Oh, great defense. A two-lady block on Van Sickle.
I mean, Chisat has been feeding Brooke Van Sickle, Lumabaw and Panaga ready for that one.
So a 2-point run, and Revilla praying. 2-point run here for the Cool Smashers. They are within 1. Van Sickle again. This time through the double block. Van Sickle with 24 and back to a 2-point lead for the Angels.
Van Sickle targeting the outer hand of Michelle Gumabaw. Not the easiest. We know how good Michelle Gumabaw is as a blocker.
Brooke Van Sickle's second game with 24 points. This is her second highest scoring game. Staunton, she's been quiet the last few plays. Saet back to Puntillas. Single lady block. That is popped up by Atienza. Staunton again. Oh, that is on the line. No, it is outside. That's the call. The question is, will the Cool Smashers challenge? That was pretty close. I believe they will challenge. Ball in, ball out.
I mean, Brooke Van Sickle was trying to go for defense on that hit of Staunton. But one thing is for sure, Staunton wanted to go for a long hit. The question is, did it hit the line?
Well, if this challenge by the Cool Smashers is unsuccessful, it'll be a 3-point lead. And that was a quick review. It is clearly in. And you've got to wonder, Staunton was actually not sure. And Coach Meneses was looking at her, and she wasn't even signaling to challenge, which you see a lot of players when they're sure right away after the whistle.
And for the Petro Gazz Angels, the way they reacted, it seemed like they were sure that it went out.
Yep.
But
so a good challenge.
it took a while for Creamline to actually decide.
Yes. They get within one. Salas is in front and rubs it off the block for a side out. That is 32 points now for Salas.
Did not force a power hit this time, just waited for the hands of the blockers, who went for the hands of Michelle Gumabaw.
Antoinette Adolfo, the 10th overall draft pick, is in the game for the first time. Adam Adamson. Good looking serve. Staunton. Salas for the dig. Expect Salas. Wilma Salas. That's dug by Atienza. From the pipe, Pons. That is popped up by Saet. Salas goes at it again. And this one is good. Wilma Salas with point number 33. And that is match point for the Angels.
Regardless of how much the Creamline Cool Smashers try to slow down Salas, Salas finds ways to score a point for the Angels.
Coach Meneses uses his final timeout. We will listen to the Cool Smashers.
Ay, kaliwa tayo, then pwede dito. Kahit kanina pwede. One step, attack lang tayo. Bahala na mamaya kung ano mangyari. Yun ang isipin natin, maka 1 point. Mamaya, bahala na tayo.
Yes, coach.
Let's go, let's go.
On air, Creamline!
Well, Coach Meneses just being very pragmatic. We concentrate on the side out. You got to get a good pass, get a side out, and we'll worry about the next points later because the Cool Smashers are down 3 match points against the Angels.
Again, another test of character here for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
This is the second 5-setter for the Cool Smashers. Staunton saves a match point. In the first and only 5-setter for the Cool Smashers, they lost it against the high-speed hitters. After a match point saved by Staunton, Coach Susurapara uses his final timeout.
Papatarget kayo, ha?
Okay!
Magalit ka!
I forgot! I like a juice!
Yeah! No!
I know!
Wala ka! Laban niyo yan!
Well, for the Angels, this is also their second 5-setter. Their first one went into a losing column. They lost in 5 sets to the Chargers. 1 match point saved by Staunton, giving her 30 points. Staunton also with a conference high. Salas for the win. Got it! Salas, a new conference high, 34. And that's good enough to win the match in 5 sets for the Angels against the Cool Smashers. This Panalo Player of the Game brought to you by Yakult. Yakult, every day okay.
I mean, Wilma Salas, since the first set started, you just know how much she wanted this win. You know, probably played her best game of the conference as a reinforced player. Did not just contribute offensively, but defensively, she was also on point. You mentioned earlier, not the fastest of defenders on the side of the Angels, but whenever she gets an opportunity to save a rally, she goes for it. So the hustle was really there, but it wasn't just her. It was a team effort of the Petro Gazz Angels. Isa Maiso Pontillas contributing off the bench. Brooke Van Sickle, again, another outstanding performance for her. But 24 points for Brooke Van Sickle. But Tiempiatura also a lot of saves coming from her, but Salas was that girl for the Petro Gazz Angels. I mean, she was a big part of this win. 34 points for her with a 46% efficiency, 1 block and 17 excellent digs. On all-around game coming from her. But again, the Creamline Cool Smashers giving them a good fight, but they had an advantage in that 5th set.
Not only was Salas good offensively, she was terrific defensively as well. And the Angels win in 5 against the Cool Smashers. But we're not done yet. After 2 5-setters, we have the Thunderbells and the high-speed hitters coming up next. Oh, what a game. Everybody showed up, including Erica Staunton, who had a conference-high 30 points, but that was not good enough as Wilma Salas put up 34 to get the big win in 5 today for the Angels against the Cool Smashers. Thanks to our director, Ken Natividad. For Kyla Kingsu, Ayala Serranero, I'm Eric Tepan. Thanks for watching. More reinforced conference action in the PVL coming up right after these.